Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another LEGO build slash city update. So today, I've been talking about this in my past couple videos, and depending on when those air versus this, it might feel a little bit out of order. The main reason being the brand new Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr set has just been announced, so I've been debating all over my office where I'm going to put it. And I'm honestly still not 100% sure. The stack of pop figures behind me might be going away in lieu of possibly putting Barad-dûr as like my backscape. Essentially every video I record, or for the most part, when you're actually seeing it from like the outside perspective, I'm looking at my building desk, obviously, when I'm talking to the camera. For this one, we're just kind of focusing on the city, and more importantly, the boardwalk. So this boardwalk right over here with the giant lighthouse that you can kind of not see the entirety of, but obviously you can see the base of, is most likely being moved. Now, for the actual city, we have an upper level to it, which is a little hard to see up there, and I'll show it to you guys a little bit in the future. That is the upper level of this city. Has the Winter Village still in it, has the park I built, town hall, hospital, train station, the whole 9 yards. It has a bunch of stuff up there, which is kind of an absolute mess, and I've been talking about it for a while, that I can't wait to actually start building into that city. And down here is actually not getting changed at all today, so that is nice. The main portion of the city is still with that one-way road. I'm just trying to do one big bricklink order, so that is unfortunately just kind of on hold at the moment. But what's going to be really changing today is the boardwalk. In fact, this windowsill is going to be reallocated for something else. I'm not sure what it will be yet. I've been tossing around back and forth Barad-dûr, or having a big Lord of the Rings display, or potentially doing the giant Lion Knight's castle, put it in there, building like a landscape around it. Could be a really cool project. Basically, that is the cornerstone, not the cornerstone, like the city is my cornerstone, but this windowsill is like a really big focal point. It is the background for everything, and I love the boardwalk, but I'm going to utilize the 3 city spaces I have already allocated for the city when we moved here, which is like the triple-decker table, rather than use the windowsill for it. And obviously, yeah, I'm gonna miss looking at it every day because it's beautiful and I love it, and there's so much more to do. But for me, it is time that I move this into the top level of the city. So what I want to do, instead of the Mills plate there, which is like sand, into the ocean, I'm going to most likely, as of now, expand that into a full row of ocean, with the lighthouse in like the backhand corner, just because it's the tallest building, so it's going to go in the back as like a focal point, similar to how I do the skyscrapers. And then it is going to be 2.5 plates of ocean to the left of it, or to the right, depending on which direction you're looking at it from, and then an entire, I'm thinking, half row of beach. So the same amount of beach, just much longer. So it'll be that same width, but 3.5 base plates long, rather than just a base plate and a half. So much larger beach, much larger ocean, more defined space for the lighthouse, and it'll make a little bit more sense out there. Not necessarily attached. And then the boardwalk directly in front of it. I'll still be putting everything normal, like the shrimp shack, the surf bar, the Coast Guard tower, which is a project that I've kind of forgotten about. All of that will still be on the boardwalk. The boutique hotel still will be there eventually, which is why that back corner is still blank. So the boardwalk is very much not going away. It's just moving. It won't be in the background of every shot, but as I look to really start expanding the city into the second zone, and it's not like city part 1 is done or anything, don't get me wrong. We're very far from done. The one-way road, 12 Grimwald Place, will eventually be moving up top. There's still a spot right behind the corner building that needs to be filled. The apartment building up front is going to be replaced by the Grand Emporium. We still have to add lights. We still have to Mills plate the Avengers Tower. But having the second part of the city started will be great because, especially with this Lord of the Rings project starting, Barad-dûr, alone, 500. The Great Hall, another 300. I just bought this corner garage. That Hogwarts project has not been cheap to try and do all of this stuff too as well. So there's a whole lot going on. We have the Helldivers display that may or may not be spoiled in terms of me saying it now, whether or not that has taken off yet. Just because this video is going to be in an awkward spot. Not really part of like my normal schedule. I'm going to kind of like smudge this in a little bit just to start updating. So this part of the city still is going to be the biggest and the baddest, but having the city part 2 started, and I have to do like 30 Mills plates or something for up there, so it'll be a little nuts, but having the boardwalk up there, and I'll probably be doing this over the course of a few days just because it's going to be a lot of moving. A lot of wires have to be moved. A lot of plates have to be moved. I'm going to actually have to relocate a bunch of stuff. The Winter Village is most likely gone after today, so I'll have to be moving a lot of this stuff, and I'll be retiring some of the sets up top that have just kind of been sitting there and moving those to the storage unit, and I'll be moving on from them. So the Winter Village, don't worry, we'll still be back in winter time, and that'll still have a home in the Lego City, of course. What I'm thinking about doing is doing like the Holiday Main Street rebrickable model, and doing like a little corner build for up top. So a lot of stuff to be done today, a lot of overhauling to the Lego City, but I'm very excited to see it done. As for the windowsill, worst case scenario, I'll probably put my big castle there just to have something at least on display for now. I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet, but I mean, I could put the Winter Village there for now. There'll be something there at the end of this video, but I'll kind of walk you guys through it. Also, at some point during this video, I think my DJI gimbal and like new tripod, new recording, it should be here. So hopefully when I actually do this and I'm not sitting in my seat using a big tripod and ring light, I'm going to have a lot more stability on my like overviews and stuff like that. So very excited to finally purchase a solid update to my recording system. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to a pretty big project here of just moving, reallocating, and just getting everything ready for what is going to be an incredibly busy June. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright everybody, everything has been generally moved and kind of placed out. Obviously the base plates are going to be all different colors just because I'm getting the layout ready before I do Mills plates, and I'll probably do one at a time. Maybe I'll do custom buildings. I'm not 100% sure yet. I am really happy to show off the park again because I absolutely love it. I did a double crosswalk here just to kind of have like a little entrance maybe to the park. I do have the train station, which doesn't really make sense there. But again, I'd rather have some buildings up here just to kind of show off scale and give me an idea of what I'm looking at. The hospital actually does really work in the backhand corner, and you can see the little hole in that base plate from the Winter Village. And then I have the town hall, I have a bus, we have the little museum, and enjoy my watch tan from fishing, and then I have the little ice cream parlor here, which I do want to modularize because it is a really cool building, and that doesn't seem too bad to actually modularize if you stick small. Just enclose this this background here. I think it should be okay. Then on this side we of course have the boardwalk, which I'm really happy about. My custom shrimp shack, a little bit of an odd corner build, but overall I am happy with it. If I can find a corner build that works, I will likely move this in one step, and then I'm still banking, if I have the clearance back there, I actually haven't measured yet, the boutique hotel all the way in the background. Now, if the boutique hotel doesn't fit all the way on the opposite end of this line, the boutique hotel will go here and everything else will move down. I'm not too worried about that. The surf bar and grill will just clear the Hogwarts shelf, which I did raise just a little bit with that little beam in the background, or metal support shelf, whatever you want to call it. It still slopes a little bit, but it is a lot more secure now, for sure. And then obviously we do have a much larger beach. Now, I did dark tan on the back end. That's the deeper part of the ocean. I'm going to have maybe some waves crashing up there. But for the rest of it, I am going to do light tan and then dark tan. And then you can see on the ocean side, I do have light blue, or I should say standard blue, going into the dark navy blue as well. I used up as many pieces as I could that I have for all these things, and I kept the translucent blue here. I'm going to do tan here. That's just kind of a placeholder. Same thing with all of these like standard plates. So a lot going on up here, but I am very happy with how it actually has turned out so far. It's nice seeing a portion of the city that actually can really be expanded and built upon. My cat is also staring up at this because she doesn't understand why my tripod is like 6 feet off the ground. So she's giving me the look. I actually have this stabilized on my desk My new gimbal / tripod did come. However, I'm getting used to using it because it is that DJI, and it is like remote control. Essentially, you can like drive your phone and stuff like that. So that's going to take a lot of getting used to, but it did arrive halfway through this video, so I'm very excited for that. But I really, really am happy to finally have this entire layout. And once Harry Potter's done up top, I mean, it's going to look beautiful up here, and I'm really excited for this. Now, I'm also, compulsive spender. I just ordered the light kit for the lighthouse in the back. I've decided that I am going to fully light it up, because obviously I won't be able to utilize the engine back there, but I did trace a USB cord down through the back of it, so yeah, we can light that up eventually. I'm probably going to run USB cords down through like the top of this. You really won't be able to see it. Excuse me. You really won't be able to see them too much. Obviously, I'll know they're there, but what I've been debating is on the bottom end of this table here, which, if you're wondering, location, scale-wise, if you've never seen it, is right above the other half of the city. So this is all in one spot. I custom built all of this stuff, so hopefully it all works out. But I am very happy with how it's turned out. Plus, you guys can see the rebels and the stormtroopers and stuff up there finally. And then, if you're familiar with some of my other projects, there is the Magic the Gathering card frames over there too that I worked on. So nice view overall of the Lego city. It becomes a little bit of a mess over there with a lot of fishing gear and all that good stuff. But I absolutely am very, very happy with all this. It's been a lot of work getting up there. But the reason I ordered the lighthouse kit right away is I want to get the lights done, and I'll make a whole separate video on that. It should be here tomorrow, but I'm going on a fishing trip as of recording this, so we'll see when that actually gets done. But eventually, that lighthouse will be completely lit up, and the reason I ordered that now, I don't want to have to dig that out later on. When I have all of these buildings and a custom ocean and everything actually in place, yeah, they'll slide out piece by piece, but if I can do it now, slide it back in, be done with it, I'll be happy with that. So then I'll have to obviously figure out wiring and all that stuff, but for now there's not going to be any lights up here, just because getting the layout was the most important part, and honestly, like, the park's kind of the only spot that's finished. The Shrimp Shack, Surf Bar and Grill, obviously that stuff is, but it still needs some work on the actual outside. But I am, again, really happy with this so far. I'll make a video on probably finishing up the ocean. I don't think I'll be doing that in this episode just because I am out of everything. And I would like to do a much larger project of talking about, like, doing tiles and potentially adding boats and fish and stuff to it in the future. So look forward to a lot of cool projects coming soon in the Lego City. I'm going to be pumping out a lot more videos for Lego as well. As for the original resting spot of the boardwalk, I don't know yet. I still am undecided. I'm probably going to put out as many black base plates as I have in my arsenal, which, after taking down the original, like, Haunted House and doing all of the Halloween projects, and I put all that away for the season, I think I'm going to utilize all those black plates for Barad-dûr, either behind me on my desk, taking down the pop figure wall, or on that windowsill. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but it's going to be awesome no matter what. So thank you guys so much for joining me for another project. Let me know what buildings you would like to see up here, any layout tips, any cool things you'd like to see with the ocean, the beach, anything like that. This is obviously ground one for everything, so it's not perfect and it's not near done, but for me to, like, conceptualize it, it's a lot easier saying base plate here. Like, it's really nice for the ADHD to see, and I'm really happy to have, like, a huge ocean front and a big old beach front as well. So while still adding games to this side, they'll still work on that side, still going to light everything up. It's going to be beautiful. So stay tuned for more. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can, guys. It helps that channel out a lot, and I'll see you next time. Happy building, everybody.